Jimmy Butler and Michael Jordan, their features are similar. You put them side by side, cut them in half, they look very similar. Oh, the moon landing not being real. How about
we're
that
not
one?
doing the moon landing. We're not doing the moon landing.
Because if you tell me that the moon landing not being real is less of a chance than Jimmy Butler being related to Michael Jordan, then you're outrageous.
Welcome to Gamblin and Ramblin, a weekly show where we react and rant about the weekend in sports betting. I'm Tim Kalinowski. My co-host is Charlie DiSturco, and this might be the end of us. If this goes anything the way that our pre-show meeting went, which isn't really a lot, 5 minutes, this could be it. This could be the divorce of the show. So good job, Charlie.
I'm gonna wrangle your neck at this point. If this goes the way that we think it is, we don't know what's gonna happen. This is an intense episode, a fun episode. This is probably the most excited I've been for an episode we've ever done.
Well, yeah. So I guess we'll kick it off with the NBA playoffs, the NHL playoffs, complete dud. 2-3-0 series. I mean, I will say though, a little selfishly, obviously sports is number one priority in my life, but it's perfect to squeeze in a lot of date night type of stuff as two girlfriend guys. 3-0 series are good for relationships. I think that's a solid take.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. I think, given the fact that the NBA playoffs is still going on too, if it had ended last night, then we were in the groove of a week before the NBA finals started. So we still got to watch the Celtics and the Heat, but we don't love the NBA as much in general. But yeah, I do agree. It's time to relax, and especially with baseball going on all year long, you could take a couple days to just not watch it.
I'm not ready. I'm just not ready for baseball. I know that you grind. I'm just not ready. I just can't pull up my action app and just see Marlins, Pirates, A's. Maybe that's a me problem that those are the teams I bet.
Yeah. You literally logged into the app this morning, the Pittsburgh Pirates money line. So, and yeah. I followed suit. I agree with that pick.
Yeah. This should go well. Yeah, this should go well. Everyone loading up on the Pirates. This should go well.
Yeah, Hutton's gonna throw a photo up of Pirates 2, Rangers 7 after this game. We can record it, and the game's in 2 hours.
Yeah, Hutton, make sure you update how that went. Only if we win. Anyway, fuck NBA playoffs. I mean, Celtics. We thought this was going to be the Celtics are officially dead episode. Maybe the Celtics really are officially dead. What are your thoughts? 3-1 now, as the Celtics were somehow able to steal a game. I guess not somehow, but
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think the Celtics are dead. I think everyone outrageously claiming that they were dead at 3-0 and it's never been done before is a bit of an overstatement. Obviously, the history has shown that you can't. But when you look at these two teams, one team is clearly better than the other. The Heat have just been running on hot shooting regression, which didn't hit in full force last night. And we saw what happened is the Celtics played a full game and finally pulled away at the end. Listen, to win 4 games in a row against any team is incredibly difficult and near impossible. But if there is one series where I think that this could happen, I think it's the Celtics. I think Tatum can drop 40 in any given night he wants. It's a matter of is Jaylen Brown going to actually show up? Is Marcus Smart going to do something? Is Al Horford going to be 50, or is he going to bang some threes,
I tend to, I mean, it's tough because it's I keep hearing that too, statistics wise. So if there's a team to ever come back from down 3-0, they're now 0-150 now, I think, since the Lakers lost. But those teams, I don't know. The Celtics just, to me, don't have any heart.
That's the biggest thing is how can you put heart into numbers?
Immediately after they went down 3-0, they started doing the whole, we wanted Ime, he shouldn't have been fired, all this, not even done yet, and they're already doing that whole bit. And that to me is that's not a very together, cowboy up, let's rally mentality.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard when your coach Joe Mozzarella watches the town 4 times a week instead of the tape on how to actually game plan against the Miami Heat. But from pure talent to talent, it's a seize.
Can I just say, I love the town. I'm so fucking done with the town references with Joe Mazzulla.
Who's Kyle going to take?
Is he the first guy to watch a movie? Like, who fucking cares? Like, I've seen enough. Like, we're going to see you in Florida, kid. Like, yeah, we get it. We know how the internet works. You can make memes. Yep.
It's funny that it's The Town. It's like, pick the like most basic Boston movie ever that like every Bostonian loves. It's that or like Good Will Hunting. And Joe Mazzulla, who is like not a loved head coach by his team, and it's pretty obvious, is just like ripping the town like it's nobody's deal. Like I watch The Dark Knight like 3-4 times a year, if not more. I've seen The Benchwarmers like 25-30 times, but I will never watch The Town like 4 times a week like Joe Mozzarella.
Dude, go watch the Jimmy V 30 for 30 on NC State winning the tournament and learn how to fucking call timeouts. Like, enough for The Town.
22-year-old Tim Cal or 23-year-old Tim Kalinowski telling Joe Mazzulla what to do.
About to be 25.
25, Tim.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were that old. You still give me. You're an old soul, but you're young at heart. You know.
I know, but young, beautiful. I aged tremendously well.
Yeah, you know, it didn't hit me until like the last year and a half. I think. I feel like I had baby face until I was like 25. So
yeah, you look like shit, huh?
Yeah, it's called betting college basketball and baseball year round. Eventually, that shit ages you like 5 to 10 years.
Well, the reason we were gonna have a divorce is because you told me this yesterday. I had never heard this, and I said I don't want to look until you just come up and show me the point. So what is the thing that you want to tell me?
Okay. So I don't know how you've never heard this, because this is like one of the most popular conspiracy theories in sports. And we'll start by saying it's a conspiracy theory. So the odds are it's not true. But when you put things into perspective on like how true could this be, Jimmy Butler being Michael Jordan's illegitimate son is the right word, could be the best conspiracy of all. You watch Jimmy Butler play, and there are few players with that competitive edge that Michael Jordan has. You watch them play, they're very similar at heart. Now, that has nothing really to do with the fact that
why would that be your first point?
Hey, I'm just this is how I got to this point, right? I'm seeing Jimmy Butler play, I'm like, wow, I've never seen this happen since Michael. So I'm like, that is how I'm thinking, right? You know, I'm like, oh, okay, you know, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Jimmy Butler, the 3 competitors that I think in the NBA that I've watched and have had legitimately.
Well, you didn't watch
teams
Michael
that
Jordan,
are bad.
yeah.
What?
You didn't really watch Michael Jordan, but yeah.
Shut up. And I watched these 3 guys play, and when I watch them and look back at highlights and stuff, they looked like very, very competitive guys that like could take a team that had below average players and compete, which is what Jimmy Butler's doing right now. Anyway, that has nothing to do with this whole story.
And then stop saying.
Let me take you back. All right, shut up. Sit back, grab your popcorn. Let me take you back to December 3rd, 1988. Michael Jordan plays the Dallas Mavericks for the Chicago Bulls. They have 3 days off after that game. And where is Dallas really close to? One of the best strip club cities in the world, Houston, Texas. Where's Jimmy Butler growing up, and where does his mom live? Houston, Texas. So in these 3 days, right, this is December 3rd. He allegedly, we don't know where he was. We have no idea where he was. He has no alibi. He could have gone to Houston, Texas, celebrated in the strip clubs, clubbing, whatever he wanted to do. They have great clubs too.
Dallas is a 3.5-hour drive to Houston.
It's like a 30-minute flight for a guy who has a gambling problem and millions of dollars. And loves the party. He goes.
Then why did you just fly to Vegas?
Oh, because they were in Dallas, so then they go across. They stay in state lines.
If you're getting in a plane in Dallas, you might as well just go to Las Vegas. Like, who's like, yeah, let's take this.
Houston has the best clubs in the strip clubs in the world, which is where all the NBA players love to go. That's why James Harden went to Houston. That's why James Harden's probably going back to Houston this offseason. It's because they are notorious for this. Anyway, so he goes to this place, right? Allegedly, in this December 3rd to like 6th span, he has a time. 9 months later, so Jimmy Butler was born in September, which follows this suit. December to September, Jimmy Butler's born. There are reports in 2016, this is when it first came out, that Michael Jordan had an illegitimate son, had a son with a woman, and his wife, he was dating his then wife at the time. And so he just had his first kid, his actual kid, has his wife, or I guess future wife, and then has this alleged kid. So he pays this woman to not come out with anything, to hide it, makes her sign an NDA, whatever it is, sweep it under the rug, okay? Allegedly speaking, 13 go by, and the payments stop to this woman, where Jimmy Butler was born in Houston. Jimmy Butler doesn't know his dad, or has no relationship with his father. His mom kicks him out of the house at 13, and now this is where like things get crazy. They say
now is when they get crazy.
They say that he was kicked out because she doesn't like the way he looks. Why does she not like the way Jimmy Butler looks? Because he awfully looks familiar to the man who stopped the payments, Michael Jordan. So then he gets kicked out of the house. He has no relationship with his family, and then he goes on to become Jimmy Butler. Now, I'm not saying it's outrageous, but when you put things into perspective and what conspiracy theories are, the timelines are awfully similar to where Michael Jordan lines up with this whole having an alleged kid with someone else while he was seeing his current then wife, has his kid, doesn't want to ruin his relationship, pays it off as any NBA player would probably do, or a man that wanted to keep everything under wraps. And then when he stops the payment, Jimmy Butler gets kicked out of the house. I don't know.
Well, I like how you keep saying you need to put it into perspective as you're telling me a conspiracy theory where you need like as little amount of perspective as possible when talking about a conspiracy theory. But anyway, dude, the fact that you I underestimate how much you really believe this.
Bro, they pull up the side by side. Hutton, just fucking cue the picture of the side by side. You saw the picture I sent and slacked him. Jimmy Butler and Michael Jordan, their features are similar. You put them side by side, cut them in half, they look very similar.
That doesn't tell you anything. What does that matter?
Features the same. Allegedly, where was Michael Jordan December 3rd to 6th, 1988? Where was Jimmy Butler born 9 months later? Houston, Texas, right by Dallas, where the Bulls played. Why was Jimmy kicked out?
Okay. This is the most bizarre thing I've ever heard. You act like this is just like, this is like a loose, like, there's no evidence at all. There's like really.
What do you mean no evidence?
There's no this is all circumstantial.
Oh my lord, he had December 3rd to 6th. He was in allegedly Texas, which is where Jimmy Butler's mom was. Jimmy doesn't know his dad. You can't tell me that at least the storylines are oddly matching up.
But okay. Also,
where were you? You were not even conceived yet, Tim. So.
Well, you were there when he was conceived. That's what you're.
No, but the rumors he was conceived. He was conceived allegedly in December, right? Because as any baby does, they usually take 9 months.
Hutton just said saying Dallas is near Houston is like saying New York City is near Baltimore.
What do you like? You can take Michael Jordan has a notorious gambling problem.
Dude, why the hell would he go to Houston?
Because it is the most popular city ever for strip clubs.
And all this started.
Every NBA player goes to Houston. Why do you think James Harden went to Houston, Texas, and is probably going back to Houston?
Dude, I get there have strip clubs there. That's sick. This is the only place you can find strip clubs. He's Michael Jordan. Anywhere he wants to go can turn into a strip club.
Right, but you don't understand if the place is known as the best place to go for that certain thing, you're gonna go, right? People go to Las Vegas to gamble. People go. I don't get the thrill of going to Atlantic City to gamble. I get the thrill of going to Las Vegas to gamble. I don't go to strip clubs, but I would assume that this Houston, Texas strip club, it's notorious enough where James Harden legitimately plays better. James Harden plays better where there's not good strip clubs. So you tell me.
Was Jimmy Butler's mom a stripper? Is that?
I don't know anything about his mom. He doesn't have a good relationship with her because she kicked him out of the house at 13.
That's still 13 years that he could have found out.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't know. Jimmy doesn't talk about his parents.
Neither does Aaron Rodgers.
That is allegedly, or he allegedly has a good relationship with his parents. That's what he says. He says he talks to them. I don't buy it. I don't buy that he talks to his dad. I don't buy that his dad allegedly. Okay, I dove into this a little bit, and some guy in the Reddit comments was like, I went to high school with Jimmy Butler's alleged father. He does post on Facebook about him, but like, you know, I could post on Facebook about like anyone, you know what I mean? Like that doesn't mean as much.
Oh, okay. But
also like think about it. Even then,
I've thought about it.
This woman has sex with Michael Jordan, right? And she has a kid. But she's in a relationship.
Usually how it works.
And she has a relationship with this man, Jimmy Butler's alleged father that they say. Why would she not just lie and have the kid if it was Michael Jordan's son?
There's a million reasons why people lie. Every lie isn't
right, but you don't want to be like, I cheated on you with Michael Jordan and this is his kid. Like she might have just like there's plenty of scenarios to have where like Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, my parents lied to me that Santa was real. It wasn't because Santa was Michael Jordan. People have millions of reasons to lie.
Yeah, but I'm saying that like even if like Jimmy's like the mother says it's Jimmy's father, like she could have easily lied about having the affair.
The basis for this too starts with they're both competitive.
No. That I just watched them play basketball and I'm like it looks like he looks like MJ. Like looks and play.
Dude, I used to shoot the puck like Connor Bedard. They didn't think
you didn't. You used to fucking shoot the puck like Joe Schmo on fucking like Spur Street. Like no. Like you shot the puck like a 17-year-old, like
just because
varsity
they're
athlete.
both competitive.
That doesn't have any basis for the. I'm saying that I'm like, you are inherently like your father at some capacity.
Dude, are you like a genealogist or whatever? Like, what the hell do you know? You don't know your ass.
You don't understand how many hours I spent looking this shit up.
Like, okay, and I came into this with an open mind. Like, I like to believe. I like to give.
Can you not see? Okay. Take everything I've said just from the basis of like what I've said of these alleged rumors, right? Of like the fact that December 3rd he plays in Dallas.
Yeah. I know.
Have 3 off days. 9 months later, Jimmy's born.
Yeah.
Pen, do you not think that like there's a scenario, probably like a 1% chance, maybe 2% chance, maybe 3, that Jimmy Butler and Michael Jordan are related?
No, I think there's like absolutely zero chance.
How?
Dude, I'm done.
You don't believe in conspiracy theories? That's the best part. Like there's so many conspiracy theories that are outrageous, and this one is not as outrageous as the others.
This is the most outrageous one I've ever heard.
No, the most outrageous one ever is, well, I don't know if it's show friendly, so I'm not gonna say it. But like, there are more outrageous like conspiracy theories. There, it'll literally just conspiracy theories. Here, this is live on air. 20 of the best conspiracy theories. Oh, the moon landing not being real. How about that?
We're not doing the moon landing. We're not doing the moon landing.
Because if you tell me that the moon landing not being real is less of a chance than Jimmy Butler being related to Michael Jordan, then you're outrageous.
I think there's a better chance the moon landing was not real.
I don't know.
Than there is that Michael Jordan.
That's that Syracuse education at work. That's all I'm saying.
You went there too, you clown.
It's whatever is in the Massachusetts public high school system.
Like, do you believe that like the frozen envelope, the Knicks, to get what's his face?
Patrick Ewing.
Yeah.
I think that like, I don't think that's true, but I think that the NBA is the most like sport that is inclined to be rigged. So I think that like from a outsider's perspective of like, could this, like, as far as a feasibility on the conspiracy scale, I'd say this is more feasible than Jimmy Butler being related to Michael Jordan.
Oh wow, we got somewhere. Oh my gosh, the most popular conspiracy theory
if you want to
ever.
I'll tell you where I rank all my conspiracy theories, because like,
okay,
go ahead.
What's in the Ravens 49ers that the lights went out in the Super Bowl like on purpose?
That is, I think that's completely a false claim, dumb, less feasible than Michael Jordan and Jimmy Butler. For the lights going out to give the 49ers a chance to come back, that is Bush League stuff.
Dude, like, you think like all it takes is one person to like pull the plug and cut the power. Like they don't have to have like many people clued in.
No, I think there was I think there's a light malfunction, but the reason behind it was to then was the whole Ray Lewis's final game. Oh, San Francisco giving a comeback. Like it.
So
it was.
You don't think the power went out on its own?
No,
do you think the power went out on its own?
Oh, I would lean more toward a malfunction between technology than someone pulling it out.
Okay. You're a wild guy. The whole Cal Ripken, Kevin Costner thing
Yeah.
that
That one is just a laughable.
Yeah.
One.
What is it that it was Cal Ripken to keep the games played
Yeah, Cal Ripken games played streak, and he allegedly found Kevin Costner in bed with his wife. I think maybe girlfriend, wife, and they got into a fight. And
he was going to miss the game because
he was going to miss the game for getting in the fight. So then they basically had
they cut the power.
Yeah, and then they cut the game off, and then his streak was brought back alive. So I think that one is more like, where the fuck did we get Kevin Costner from? Like that just like, yeah, Adam Sandler banged my wife, like, and now I beat the shit out of him and I can't make a game. Like, that's outrageous.
I mean, like, it's just as outrageous as being like Michael Jordan may have been in Houston because it has good strip clubs. So that way Jimmy Butler is his son because they're both competitive.
Well, no, but they go like athletes do this. They go to Houston.
Dude,
like,
I'm not denying that they don't go.
Or Bahamas is there, Houston.
Like James Harden goes to Houston. Michael Jordan can go wherever he wants.
But not really, because within that 3-day span, he had to be back. Maybe in Chicago, so it's not.
Dude,
like
the guy used to go to like Atlantic City the night before games and come back like 3 hours before the game. He's got 3 days.
Have you ever been to Houston, Texas, Tim?
No, and I don't.
So then you can't talk about Houston, Texas. You don't know how the strip clubs are there.
I believe that they are the greatest strip clubs in the galaxy. He still can go wherever he wants, and he chose there.
Yeah, but a degenerate person who loves to have
Las
fun.
Las Vegas.
Bro, after you go to Vegas 30 times in a fucking year, it probably gets old. You want to change it up. You're in Dallas. You're right next to Houston. Why would you want to take like a 4-hour flight, 3-hour flight when you could take a 30-minute one?
Yeah, for sure. It does, because flight duration to him doesn't really matter the way he flies.
I mean, like I don't know. I after the game at Dallas, he could go right to Houston. Like I think it's feasible. All right, Sam, how about this? You're a hockey fan. Yeah. The Vegas Golden Knights being rigged to be set up for success.
I don't think that's I read that too, that people think that's like a rigging. They set the rules up on purpose, like very public. Everyone agreed very publicly to make the expansion team competitive. They accidentally made them almost like too competitive, because then they pulled it back a little bit for Seattle, but they were trying to make
it was done purposely to make them competitive, but they accidentally in the process made them too competitive.
Essentially, like I think the NHL, but that was all like public. They said they all agreed we are going to make the rules like easier for teams for new owners to come in and own a team. I that one to me would only make sense if there was like there were actually some egregious calls on their way to the Stanley Cup final. But like, then why do we have these 4 teams right now?
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. What about Sid the Kid?
Oh, I fully believe that. I believe all draft ones.
Okay.
I believe all draft.
You believe is it every draft is rigged, or just certain ones that like
certain ones are rigged? Because like the one he's talking about is that the NHL lottery was rigged for the Penguins to get Sidney Crosby because the team was about to move to Kansas City. And yeah, I mean, I'm all in for all draft ones, but I will say I just read an article about the Connor Bedard, like Blackhawks getting him, and like how they have all these like independent firms like do this, and they do it in front of like a group of reporters, and like, so I mean, I don't know. I still think there's a way in front of everyone's eyes to still rig it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all deception. That's like magic is like a like magic is all just deception and trying to fool people's minds. So like,
there's so many gambling ones too. Do you believe in
the Sonny Liston one?
Oh yeah, I believe that 100%. Then you took a dive.
Yeah. See, that one is. If we're talking like, if we tone it back a bit and we go feasibility, like that, like the mob running sports and sports gambling in the 1960s, that's feasible.
I'm all in. Yeah, you don't have to convince me. How about MJ, the suspension?
Oh, I believe that he was suspended from basketball, because I think that why would you take off time during your most competitive years to go try out playing baseball? It's notoriously known that he's a gambling addict, and it was he probably got suspended. Like, what's his name? Not Calvin Ridley. It was Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley got suspended for gambling this past year. Yeah, he probably had that, but they didn't want to publicly dismay him and do that, so they covered it up with a suspension for him to like go.
Yeah, I believe that. I mean, why like this guy, like prime of his career, greatest basketball player, most competitive guy ever. Yeah, let me go play AA baseball. I'm
trying to think of what else is there.
I have a really funny one. I have a funny one. When I was looking up conspiracy theories, one of them was that the NFL didn't want Marshawn Lynch to score that touchdown in Super Bowl 49 because it was like NFL rigged, because they didn't want him to be the Super Bowl MVP because he wasn't nice to the media. So they wanted Russell Wilson to throw a touchdown pass.
Is this like on the depths of Reddit?
This was like some stupid website. Like, I might have got a virus on my computer, but
yeah, you were on SeahawksFans.com and they were just talking about it's rigged. That's why we lost.
It was a Cowboys blog.
That's even better. The Dallas Cowboys fans, America's quote-unquote team, they can't even win. They think the NFL is rigged, then they'd be winning Super Bowls, and they're not winning Super Bowls. They're having Dakota Prescott choke in the big moments. I got one more for you. Yeah. Do you think the 1972 Olympics were rigged for the U.S. to lose and not get the gold?
I don't know enough about it. Tell me more.
Have you never watched like the final like the last couple plays of the game? They just kept
yeah.
fouls, and they kept calling back plays and stuff. So like, I think it was that they called a foul on to score. Like Russia ended up getting free throws, and then they threw the ball down. The U.S. scored, but then they called like another. Yeah. Do you think that was because it wasn't it in Russia? I think it was in Russia, the Olympics at the time.
I couldn't tell you yes or no, but I believe like basketball is the easiest sport to like rig, so that's why I'm always gonna lean like yes.
No, it was in Munich. I don't know where was it. Was it Germany? I forget where. What? Let me look at it. But I remember watching that video online, and I believe that the U.S. team, like the calls that were made were outrageous. And then if you put things into perspective with like the NBA refs there's been known that the NBA refs rig games, or at least called in their favor. Not all of them, obviously. We have the
NBA is like almost like upfront about it. Like they send Scott Foster to closeout games. Like it's like right in front of your face. We don't rig games,
but Scott Foster has been nicknamed the Extender because of his lack or his known ability to extend series with his calls.
All right, yeah, this is giving me a popsicle headache. Memorial Day weekend. What are the plans? What are you doing?
Dude, I am going to a Yankee game against the Padres. I get to see Fernando Tatis Jr. live in person for the first time. He's one of my favorite players, so I'm excited to watch that. And then absolutely nothing except sports and relaxing. What about you? Oh God.
It's
What am I not doing?
It's my birthday weekend.
Yeah,
my birthday's Sunday, and like all I want to do is just watch racing all day. Like Indy 500, Coke 600, Monaco Grand Prix. I mean, and of course, it's supposed to be nice, so I'm going on like a little like trip with my girlfriend.
Where?
We're just going to a friend's house down in like Rhode Island or whatever. But like, you know, I have to see this friend. Like the last time I'm going to see her, she's like moving for work, and like, it's tough because like I'm an anti-birthday guy. Like,
no, you didn't wish me a happy birthday.
Yeah, like I could care less about your birthday, but like, I guess it's kind of like I beg on my face because it's my own rule, and like now it's like coming back to bite me because I want to pull the birthday card and be like, it's my birthday, I just want to sit inside all day. But like, it's an easy response from everybody that knows me to be like, you hate birthdays, like you don't believe in special birthday treatment. So
yeah,
I kind of put myself in a box.
Old man gets played at his own game. Tim Kalinowski now on the water instead of watching NASCAR on a Sunday.
I think I'm learning like you have to take cautious. You have to be careful about certain takes that they're not worth spewing because they might come back to bite you when the take gods, have their say.
So when it's proven that Jimmy Butler is Michael Jordan's son, my take is going to be put up in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, sure. But I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'll give you 200,000 to 1 odds.
Okay, I'm gonna place that bet on the Tim Kalinowski sportsbook.
Yeah, no, I have no problem booking that because if you win, I just go out of business. So
yeah, you fade me. You get a new number. No more Gamblin Ramblin. It's just like I haven't heard. Hutton, have you heard from Tim? No, I haven't heard from Tim. He's hit the road.
I think he'll be out of business betting the NHL playoffs far before that bet.
I don't think I've won an NHL bet since Nom.
Yeah, no. I threw on Dallas last night and I turned the game on and it's 1-0 and Jamie Benn is a 5-minute major. I'm like,
I know. I blinked and it was 3-0 and I was like, I texted Nick and Nick's like, Nick is poor Nick because he's having a fucking awful NHL playoffs. He's just like, I sit here and handicap games for hours, and then I turn on the game, and in 5 minutes, it's 3-0, and the game's over. Like,
it's a tough game. It's a tough game.
Yeah.
All right. That's nice depressing note. Yeah, have a good weekend, everyone. Yeah, Memorial Day weekend. I have no money to spend.
Yes, go gamble. It's Memorial Day. It's a holiday.
It's great. Make sure you follow Nick Giffen so you can bet all the racing on Sunday if you want to mix that in. And be sure to follow Charlie in the Action app at Charlie. Oh, bet on lacrosse too. Hutton, you're right. Big weekend for lacrosse. Make sure to follow Charlie in the Action app at Charlie DiSturco. Follow him on Twitter as well. Follow me on Twitter at TimmyCal12. T Kalinowski 12, I think, in the Action app, whatever. Anyway, have a good weekend, everybody. Memorial Day weekend. Summer is here. That's right.